Good morning everybody, so it is TradeX here and we're going to do a market review of Monday's session and what a day it was, right? Now, for those of you who are in red pill trading, you will know that I didn't trade yesterday, and the reason being that, we had Ninja's updates, and so I was expecting a lot of integration with the various different funded accounts, and I didn't want to be a guinea pig, right? But typically, the market makers decide to slap me in the face and deliver some of my favourite setups. So we're going to break down the day, and we're going to go through it all, and there is some absolute nuggets in here. So we're going to go through 3 drives, we're going to go through reclaimed order blocks. So before we do that, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please do consider smashing the like and subscribe, right? It does do the channel a world of good, and it also helps other traders like yourself view this content. Okay, so if you do find some value, smashing a like, I'll see it, and it means a lot. So thank you. So let's break it down. Let's jump into the good stuff, right? So what do we have in the pre-market, right? In the pre-market we had this balanced price range form, right? And so we look here and we have the sell side of the curve. We have an SMR here, and we move into the buy side of the curve. At the top we have this old SIBI which gets balanced on this side. So this is now BPR. We also have this volume imbalance which sits at the top of this SIBI. So what happens at the open? Price runs back into that BPR, tests it, and flies off, right? So if you got an entry here, excellent entry, you would have been thinking, right, god damn it, I'm in it. Where am I gonna, where's my potential exit, right? So let's jump into the daily chart and have a look. So we would have been looking at this bearish order block, right? And as we know, wicks are gaps. So we draw out consequential encroachment of that bearish order block's wick, and that actually had confluence with the weekly wick that was there from previously. So we had confluence in terms of the daily chart, right? Then we could have gone over to our new weekly chart and seen what was price drawing to. We were drawing to this old new weekly opening gap, right? So we now have multiple confluences to give us that confidence as to why the market might be wanting to show signs of reversal, right? So then we get into the good stuff, right? For those of you who have been with me a while, you'll know that I've uncovered this 3 drives pattern using ICT concepts, and who knows, the big dog, the goat, oh gosh, I shouldn't have said that. He's gonna ban me. the big guy, the coach, the uncle, he may well drop this later in the year. Who knows? But this middle drive is a hidden order block, right? So we are then looking for price to come back and fill it before moving lower. This is something I've spent so much time uncovering and doing back testing, and I'm pretty sure I'm the one who coined it so far. Who knows? Drop something in the comment if someone else believes they found it first, but I'm pretty sure I found it first. But that being said, price ran back up, filled the hidden order block to a tick before moving lower. Now, guys, we had double confluence here, and on Sunday, you would have known in my ICT series, I dropped a video on reclaimed order blocks, and there was a reason for it, right? The reason was that I hadn't seen one since Thursday last week, right? And so I was anticipating one to come up this week. Lo and behold, what did we get? We get one on Monday inside of my 3 drives pattern, right? Talk about a slap in the face. So let's break it down. This is a market maker sell model reclaimed order block. So what are we witnessing here? We are witnessing the market makers accumulate positions short, right? And how they do this is that they can't dump 300 million orders in one tranche, because what's going to happen? The market is going to tank, and it didn't give them enough time to fill their coffers, right? So what they'll do is they'll allow price to peg up, but every time it pegs up, they are buying more shorts. They are taking more shorts, right? So we are then looking for the sell side of the curve for price to match up with those entries for then price to move lower, okay? So let's break it down. What are we looking for? And I highly suggest you watch that video after, guys. My reclaimed order block episode in my ICT series. So we are looking for the highest up close candle on the buy side of the curve before the mini retracement. Highest up close candle. Bingo. We're going to draw out the highest up close candle in the expansion leg and draw it across our chart. Bingo. Highest up close candle within the drive before the mini retracement. Draw across our chart. What are we then looking for? We're looking for price to then marry up that highest up close candle on the sell side of the curve. So if, guys and gals, you missed this hidden order block, what could you have done? You could have taken this as your entry when you saw what? Price fill that highest up close candle to a tick. Signal number one. If you were still too concerned that price might run higher, you could have waited for the second entry. As you can see, price ran lower and then retraced into what? The highest up close candle in this displacement leg cap, and it's the highest of the body. That's what where I take my entries. Every time you could have been parlaying in entries short. And then your final entry would have been this last up close candle before price moved lower. Now guys, this is a market maker sell model. So this is accumulation of the market maker to take the market short. So what are they not going to want to do? They're not going to want to sell at 10 handles, right? So this is a trade which you can hold and really max out and stretch, right? And so what would you have been looking for? This is when you would have been looking to target a higher time frame discount for where price is going to run to. Okay, and guys, I've done episodes on directional bias. The first episode is already out, but there's more to come. Go and check it out. You know, spend some time, you know, reviewing those. You know, these sessions are here to help you build intuition, right? ICT in his main series is there, but these are to, you know, just to give you additional armory, additional ammo to your arsenal, right? And so look, we had this displacement leg on the hourly, and we're looking for the OTE, so the optimum trade entry of that displacement leg, and we're looking for a potential draw on liquidity for price to run into. And what did we get? We had a BISI on the hourly, right? We had a BISI on the hourly, so that was the draw, right? So we got in up here, we would have been targeting a discount range of this displacement leg on a higher time frame. And guys, I appreciate if this sounds like a lot, I get it, but give yourself time and patience. You know, Michael Jordan didn't become the best basketball player to have lived, well, who I believe was the best basketball to have ever lived, by, you know, quitting, you know, or finding things difficult within 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 3 months of trading. Now, that guy is well known for saying he took 8,000 shots before he honed his skill, before he, you know, even became something. And, you know, it takes time, so give yourself patience, right? But, and that's kind of what these videos are for, to help you learn. But let's say, right, price ran down to this, we were targeting the close of this BISI on the hourly, right? So we would have got in up here, and we would have held to fill the OTE zone of the hourly displacement leg. Fantastic trade. In at the 80s, out at the 50s. 30 handles. Bosh. Right, so for those of you who are in my Discord, you would have known that I was actually sat in a Starbucks, right? I was doing a Starbucks live, right? I was sat in a shopping centre in a Starbucks with my headphones in. People thought I was a crackhead, but you know, it was all kicking off. It was fun, but I was talking through this price action. So I literally got to my charts for the first time today, and I was talking through people live. And what was I looking at? Secondary entries to go where? Short, right? I wanted to join in some of the buying. So what did we get? We had this fair value gap, and then we have BPR formed below it. The BPR in this instance is these two candles of exactly the same height. So I draw that across my chart, and I'm looking for price to come back and retest it. Now, that would have been my entry because it would have allowed me a nice 10, 15 handles short. I'm not interested in 5 handles, right? So when price was around here, I was waiting for it to climb up here for me to get my entry short, right? Didn't get it, but what did it deliver? It delivered 5 handles. And what could we have taken? So we had BPR form here, right? So we had another form of BPR. In this instance, it was this fair value gap with this nice displacement leg candle, and then we had it on the reverse, right? And once price had come back and tested, this was validated BPR. So we could have taken our entry short off of this BPR, stopped just above the high, targeting 52, which was a fill of the BISI on the hourly, 13 to 5 R. Wow, Scooby, lovely, right? Can't complain. What we've got, 6 or 7 handles. Nice trade. Not for me, but you know, if you're like a scout, that's a nice trade. And so it would have, 52 was the fill of the BISI, which is the fair value gap on the hourly displacement leg, right? So price didn't get there, but what did it do? It did run down and eventually fill it. Okay, so that would have summed up that price action. But for those guys who are in my, you know, Starbucks Live, you would have seen that what happened at 9:12. Price did run back up into that BPR, and that would have been your short. Why didn't I take that? Why didn't I take that? It's because I was asleep, right? I was asleep, so I didn't get in it, right? But it is what it is. This is what happens. So, what has price done this morning? I'm going to run into this morning. Why not? Let's give a bit of a let's do a little bit of overtime, right? Stoppage time, Fergie time. So price has obviously tried to get back above that BPR and has failed. I'm actually currently in a trade, right? So I got back in here. And why did I do that? I got in there because I don't believe price is going to run back above this reclaimed order block, right? So why would they? Because this is looking to take entries into a deeper discount. So what do I believe is currently happening? I believe this is consolidation into a potential slight retracement to come and retest this CIBI on the 1 minute, right, over at 12.44 candle to run the market lower, potentially to come and take out these lows at 42, right? So that is my bias going into Tuesday's AM session. I think we could have some tight range in the AM, so I think we could bounce from around 70 down to sort of the 50 level, and then in the PM session being a move. But I am in a trade. I'm going to hold on to it for a bit, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, guys, that's going to be it for me today. As you can see, it was a lot of info in there, but a lot of really good stuff. And so, if you are over in Red Pill, awesome. We've got an amazing community and we're already doing some big things. So, and look, Red Pill 2.0 has only just commenced, and trust me, you have no idea where this community is going. So, if you manage to get a place or a spot in the coming weeks and months over at Red Pill, I look forward to seeing you on the other side. And so, until next time, trade safe, trade smart, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Bye now.